Friday. Tomorrow is Arbor Day, a holiday dating back to the 1870s, but it didn't get a lot of national steam until about a century later. However, today it is still going strong, and Evansville is celebrating with tree giveaways. And joining us now is Ann Connors with the Sycamore Land Trust, an Indiana nonprofit conservation group that's dedicated to the preservation of our natural landscape and its beauty. And Ann, thank you so much for being here. Thanks for driving down and joining us.
Thank you.
Arbor Day is a day to celebrate trees and talk about what they do for us. There's so much they do, especially with our changing climate. Talk about what trees do for us.
Yeah, it's so much fun talking about trees because in addition to them being beautiful, when you drive down the street, it makes you feel so good to see these beautiful red buds and other trees. They help us in every way possible. So they clean the air, they absorb carbon dioxide and release oxygen. They help reduce heat in cities. They help provide habitat for thousands of animals and insects, and also they help our well-being. Many studies show for people of all ages, just looking at trees makes you feel better. Being out amongst trees reduces your stress, helps children learn more. So it helps the planet, it helps animals, and it helps us. So there's really nothing bad to say about trees, I don't think.
I agree with you. And you know, often when you think of trees, you think of a forest or you think of a park setting. Yeah. But you mentioned just a second ago that it reduces our temperatures in city settings. So really a tree is important in any kind of setting, even urban city settings, right?
It is. Trees are good anywhere. So, and at Sycamore Land Trust, we like to think about how everyone can take action. So you can take action by planting a tree in your yard. If you don't have a yard, you can take action by planting flowers in a flower box. That helps insects, which birds use to feed their babies. So anywhere you can plant a tree, even if you don't have your own home. If you're renting, you can be involved in a park. You can be involved in a community organization that plants trees. So the Arbor Day celebration is to encourage people to plant a tree, take care of a tree, and also to educate them about the benefits of why we need even more trees everywhere.
And tomorrow you're having a giveaway in honor of Arbor
Yes.
Day. Talk about that. What can anybody get a tree? And I think you have one here for us. So let's see this tree and tell us about the tree giveaway.
People might say, that doesn't look like a tree. Well, this is a sapling.
Yeah.
It's about
It's a baby.
Yeah, baby. 1 to 3 years old. We get trees from DNR, the Department of Natural Resources. So we have over 250 trees to give away, and we don't assume that you know everything about trees. So we have 6 different trees. These are all native trees to Indiana.
That's important, right?
That is important because they've evolved to do very well in our environment, and they also have evolved to support insects and animals who live here. Unlike what the non-native invasive trees, which are often brought in because they're pretty. But they haven't evolved with the insects and the animals, so they don't really support biodiversity.
Gotcha.
So by planting native plants, native trees, you help support the whole line of animals, insects, to make the environment healthier.
Great.
So we have instructions on where to plant these, whether they need sun or shade. And then it's at the Old National Bank atrium inside.
And you have like 250 trees, right?
250 trees. We also have giveaways from Wild Birds Unlimited.
Oh, nice.
And we'll have information from Evansville Audubon Society and also from Patoka River National Wildlife Refuge, because Sycamore owns Eagle Slough Preserve here in Evansville. We also own the 1,000-acre preserve Columbia Mine, which is part of the Patoka River National Wildlife Refuge, which is just up I-69.
Right.
So we have information about Columbia Mine and the refuge, which is just a fabulous day trip for people in Evansville if they want to visit there.
Learn more about all those things. Now, I want to get back to the tree real quickly because we don't have a lot of time.
Yeah.
This is something, though, it's a small tree, so it's easy for anyone to do.
Right. Right.
And you have the instructions.
Right.
And is it something where people put it in the ground and they can walk away from it, or do they need continued care?
You know, one of the great things about a native plant is it's evolved to survive well in this environment. So it doesn't take a whole lot of pruning and mulching and things like that. In the first year, you might want to add some extra water if we get dry spells. You'll want to put some mulch at the bottom, not as a volcano, but more like a donut mulch. You might want to prune. The most important thing is to be careful where you put it. So we have information about each tree, how big it gets.
Perfect.
So you don't want to put a tree that can grow 20 feet right under a power line or right next to the house. And maybe not right next to other trees. So it sounds more complicated than it is, but there's information with every tree.
But it's simple, you can figure it out. Okay, great.
And so anyone can come in tomorrow at the atrium, pick up a tree, pick up other information, other giveaways, and we really want to help plant more trees in the Evansville area. And also there's a tree giveaway at Wesselman Woods tomorrow.
Right. But the one that Sycamore Land Trust is a part of is at the Old National Bank Atrium. You're seeing the information on your screen right now. It's tomorrow, Friday, from 11 a.m. until 2 p.m. while your 250 trees are available. So we would love for them all to be gone because we want more trees around our area. And again, as you mentioned, there was one at Wesselman's, and I believe that's from the the United Neighborhoods of Evansville. That's part of that one.
Very collaborative. We work with a lot of
you work with them too. Okay,
yeah, we work with a lot of different organizations, and we get support from companies such as Centerpoint Energy and O&B here in town, and everything we do is because of the donations we get from volunteers, volunteer work, corporations, so we're very fortunate to be part of Southern Indiana's community.
Well, we thank you so much for coming today and sharing the information about your tree giveaway. Don't forget about it tomorrow at Old National Bank from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Get your tree and celebrate Arbor Day. We'll be right back.